So, hello everyone, my name is Manish Solanki and I am here to explain uh, Android application vulnerabilities in DIVA. Okay, so first we will discuss about insecure and insufficient logging vulnerabilities. Okay, so whatever vulnerabilities I will cover in DIVA, I will cover in very depth and also I will cover with various examples. Okay, so now we will start with DIVA. First, we will understand what is insecure logging and insecure logging and insufficient logging. We already know logging is important for debugging Android application. Developer use logging to tracking errors, troubleshooting issues, and monitoring application behavior. So, however, logging vulnerabilities happen when sensitive data like user credentials, user authentication tokens, personal information is recorded or exposed in logs. If these logs are not properly secured, attacker can access them or steal them valuable information, and also attacker can continuously monitor the logs of Android applications and can gain access to those sensitive information which is exposed in logs, Android logs. Okay, and one more thing is why insecure or insufficient logging is vulnerable. As I've already said, attackers can continuously monitor an Android application logs, and they can throw out the logs. They can gain sensitive information of if those sensitive informations are highly exploitable, like Android application expose their API tokens or various authentication token. In that case, attacker can able to do the account takeover, or sometime if server side information is exposed, hard coded server side information is exposed in logs. So in that case, what happen? Attacker can able to gain access into their endpoint systems. Okay. So now, whenever I cover any Android any vulnerabilities in DIVA, I will cover the static analysis. In static analysis, we will understand the code, okay, where the vulnerabilities exist in the code, and second, we do the dynamic analysis. In the dynamic analysis, we do not need to look into the code, but we will perform the direct attacks. From the behavior analysis, we will get to know like that vulnerabilities exist in Android application. Before doing static analysis and dynamic analysis attacks, so what we will do, first we will understand various functions and methods in various methods of logging. So whenever we actually look into the Android logs, okay, so an Android vulnerable functions related to vulnerable functions or logging. Okay, whenever we test any Android application, okay, so Android operating system use different type of logging functions or methods according to their needs or requirement. Mostly we only know about the Android log methods like log.e, log.v, log.i, those methods. But there are another methods whenever you do the log analysis. Okay, so you should actually look for those logging functions in a Android application. Okay, so it is very important. So if you see like those function is exposing any kind of sensitive information, so it is very easy for you to understand which Android application functionalities are exposing sensitive logs. For example, if you are testing any bigger application, so in that case it is very difficult to monitoring through the Logcat command. Okay, so because we don't know which part of Android application is exposing information is logging. So how we can get to know? We will get to know about understanding the different logging method. Okay, once we understand the logging method, so we will see manually, we will see in the code, okay, is any log function or log method exposing some kind of sensitive information. So manually we are testing all those things. Okay, first before understanding the practical part of insufficient logging, we will understand different logging methods. Okay, here you can see I will explain you 5 logging method. First, Android log method. Okay, second, logging in WebView. It all related to JavaScript logging, JavaScript console logging. Log writing to external storage. If any log is actually writing to the external storages. So okay, so what method or functions they use? Standard logging output, all are related to the Java logging system. And stack trace, any kind of error they want to include in, so they use stack trace. Okay, so here you can see all of the logging function. Okay, right? Okay, and in front of you you can see all of the logging function. So we will understand all those logging function. First, understand the Android log method. Android log method, it is that all are part of the android.util.Log log methods. Okay, so now we will understand various Android log methods. So here you can see log.d. First, okay, so one minute. Okay, so Android log methods, logs can expose sensitive information such as APIs, authentication token, user credentials, and personal data if not removed from the production build. Whenever whenever developer compile the Android applications, or actually they will put their application into the production environment, if they will not properly check, like any log method is exposing some kind of sensitive information to the Android and Android logs, so they need to check it. Okay, so they expose API keys, authentication token, user credential, or personal data. So log.d, whenever you see log.d can contain debugging level logging. It actually contain all of the logs related to debug level. Log.e, error level logs. Okay, and log.i, informational logs. Most of the sensitive information you will find in log.e. Log.i contain informational logs. If any kind of operations happen, so all kind of information they actually log.i contain. Log.dv contain the verbose level logging. Okay, and log.w contain all of the warning level logs. Or log.wtf, what's a terrible failure? If anything extreme condition happen, like application crash, or sometime application will not respond properly, like when user inputs something bad inputs, so in that case application will not properly working. So in that case, that kind of information application store in log.wtf. Okay, and all those logs contain different kind of information according to their needs and requirement. So through that, developer will get to know, like if they want to see debugging level logs, so they used log.d. Error level, for if they want to see error, in that case they will see log.e. Most of the sensitive information like API keys, authentication token, user credential, personal data, all are actually stored in exposed in log.e in most of the case. Okay, so whenever you test any application, so always see log.e first. Okay, now we will understand login in WebView. WebView is very important because of Android applications are actually actually they are using the JavaScripts, right? Or they actually run domains inside the applications, right? So in that case, it is very important to logs. For example, if anything is malicious, for example, user is inputting some kind of malicious inputs, so the developer needs, they need to log everything which is actually passing in WebView. So in that case, console.logs contain all of the messages which is passing through. Okay, and console.error, if any messages, like for example user actually insert some of the data which is not parsed properly. So in that case, like na error message will happen. So console.error logs all of the error messages, or console.warn if user is enter some kind of malicious data or invalidate data. In that case, it will show some kind of warning, or application will not process that data properly. In that case also, the application will generate some kind of warning messages. Okay, now log.writing. So log writing to external storages. So in that case, what happen if logs are writing to the external storages? So what happen if logs are written to external storages? Any application with storage permissions can read them. Okay, so in that case, two type of methods are using: file output stream dot write. It actually contain all of the log messages, or buffer write if they want to do all two messages are actually for actually writing logs to the external devices. It actually providing some kind of permission. And standard logging, standard Java standard output logging, Java system logs, system.out.print in. Okay, and system error print dot. Okay, it actually contain error message. Okay, print to the system output, and it actually print to the system output, or it error output. Status logging, it actually contain all of the error messages. Okay, any kind of unexpected error will happen, the print stack login all of the error messages. Okay, so now obstructions also expose sometimes sensitive APIs, internal directories, or sometimes it expose implementation detail. So whenever you want to see the implementation details, or like if you want to understand the server side architecture, so in that case straight logging is very important. If this logging is misconfigured, then you will get a lot information about Android, like the Android applications. And also Java, these logs are for the general debugging purposes, and it log redirected to the Android app directly always. I hope you understand all those logs. Now we will understand the DIVA application, right? You can see in okay, in front of you can see the DIVA application, right? So it has different vulnerabilities. So today I am going to cover the insecure logging. Okay, so in a very detailed way, with the static analysis or as well as dynamic analysis, I will practically tell you, like now, how these vulnerabilities, how we can exploit this vulnerability, and we will understand the static analysis or as well as the dynamic analysis. Okay, so in static analysis, I am going to cover. Okay, so here I am going to cover the code review where the vulnerabilities exist. Okay, so here you can see I am using JADX join, and I am decompiling the Android application. Okay, so first explanation of vulnerable code overview. So this DIVA application. Okay, so this DIVA Android application code contain vulnerability related to insecure logging, or let understand the code and let understand the vulnerability step by step. Okay, now we understand the code review. Okay, so code review is, here you can see like now where the activities are available. Here you can see insecure logging activity. Here source code, click on the source code. Okay, so this is package name. In the package name we looking for the log activity, right? It is a log activity. And here you can see in and down you can see the code, this code in Java, this code in Smiley, okay, in assembly language. Okay, this is simple code, or this is a fallback code. Okay, so here you can see it actually compiled into the different version of the code. So if you want to understand in a different way, so JetX GUI is helping you out. Okay, so we will understand this code. So basically you can see the Logcat log activity. Log activity allow user to input credit card information and process it. So here you can see it is a log activity, right? Insecure logging. So log activity, this log activity allow user to input card information and process it. Here I can input the card information, and the card information, after entering the card information, it actually processes. This checkout method, here you can see that checkout method is trigger when the user attempt to process the credit card information. Here you can see I am entering some of the credit card information. So whenever I trigger, okay, whenever I click on, then it will process the credit card information. Here you can see it actually error occurred, right? So if an error occurred during the processing, the application logs the error. Okay, that error is logs into the Android logging system. Okay, so including the credit card information. Here you can see that credit card information. So here we can see step by step. Okay, so we will see where the vulnerability exists in Android application source code, right? So just another, the vulnerability is lying on the following code. Just see that actually code. Okay, that code. Here the application logs sensitive information, credit card information, right, to the Android system log. This is insecure because logs are accessible to the other application with the read log permission. If any application has read logs permission, then any application can access these application logs, even all of the application logs. Okay, and sensitive information like credit card number should never be logged, as it can lead to the data leakage or privacy concern, right? Here you can see, here is a log.t. So here already understand log.t. What log.t contain? Log.t contain the error level message. Okay, so also it actually recording their errors into the Android log system. So here you can see log.t, DIVA.log, and error while processing the transaction with the credit card. It actually whatever data user input, so it actually it expose in Android log system. Here we can see like it clearly actually storing their data, right? So here we understand like now how actually application is storing their sensitive data. Okay, so now we will do the dynamic analysis. Okay, so first for the dynamic analysis, what we will do, I will connect my Android device, my host machine to Android device. Okay, it is connected. Now here I will use Logcat command, Logcat and ADB Logcat. So here I am entering the data. First see it, you can see that exposing the data, right? Okay, the same things you can see the error while processing transaction with credit card. So here you can see error while, okay, so diva.log, and here you can see the diva.logs, right? Okay, I hope you understand how to test the insecure logging methods. Okay, so any doubt or confusion? Okay, and one more thing is, if you want to, if you are testing any application which is very large, or if you want to search on a specific application, so what you can do, that you can do grep and then this function. Okay, so just use the app name Diva. Okay, so here you can see you will only see the actually the data related, the data which contain the Diva name. Okay, you can use the grep command. Okay, here in this vulnerability, what we will discover, what we will learn what is an insecure, what is an insecure and insufficient logging, and we learn why insecure and insufficient logging is it vulnerable. Okay, and we learn static analysis, or we learn dynamic analysis attacks, and we also learn the various logging methods. Okay, and we also learn the actual practical part. Okay.